Hi, this is Marianne with my 10th scrapbooking process video. I used the Studio Calico Bluegrass Farm scrapbooking kit from April, and I had the Bessie add-on. That's where these scraps of paper came from. I really want to kill the kit this month. I want to use up all the pattern paper that came with it. I am overloaded with paper, as I'm sure most of you are too. So I went to Studio Calico's gallery, the design team gallery, just to see what they did with the kit, and I came across a layout by Geraldine Sy that used these two patterns, the half circle and the number paper. She did an 8.5 layout on white paper, and so since I had those scraps left over also, I was inspired to scrap lift her. So I picked out those papers, I put them together, and since I didn't like them on white, I chose, it's a very light blue, not quite, it's not teal, it's just a super light blue. So I went through my stash also and pulled out some die cuts. I believe they're from Dear Lizzie. That hot pink ampersand is from the Bessie add-on. It's from Basic Gray Highline Chipboard. It was just the right color pink, and I keep trying to use it on this layout. I don't end up using that, even though I keep putting it on there. So here's some of the scraps I have. I'm just gathering embellishments from the kit, see if it's going to work on here. I've already kind of picked what I'm going to use. So I had gone through some Dear Lizzie die cuts, and I pulled out the camera and that floral spray there. And I also had these Dear Lizzie cutout cards. The one that says favorite is the one I'm using on this page. I bought them a while ago and never used them, so it matched the color for the layout, so I'm going to use that. And those two sprays are from October Afternoon, the Sidewalk collection. They're really old, so they're more paint looking than mist, so you can't really see through it, and I'm going to use some of those. So I'm just looking through some of my Dear Lizzie like old patterns and stuff. I came across that polka dot. I just like the way that looks, so I just stuck it in there as an extra layer. And now I'm seeing if I can use any of the other ones. I'm just kind of looking through my stash, looking for layering pieces, but pretty much what you see right now is what I end up with. So I am going to, I just needed to square that off a little bit. It was kind of had rounded edges or something. So I'm ready to, I think I'm ready to glue down, but of course my tape got going the wrong way. So I'm going to have to fix that. I belong to Studio Calico. I just started a 6-month subscription there, and I also subscribe to Coco Daisy. So right now I am kind of overloaded with kits. So I really want to use up this April kit and, use some stuff, scrapbook, get rid of it. Make some pages, be creative. So I'm happy with the way this looked at and this turned out right here. And even though Geraldine Sy's layout is much different than what mine ends up looking like, I still definitely credit her with the inspiration for this, because I don't know that I would have used that number paper and that circle paper together. It's just not really my style, but I really like the way it all turned out in the end. So I'm just going to layer that favorite card on there, put some papers together, just layer it up. That photo is probably from 2004, 2005, I'm not sure. I know my daughter was in 2nd grade and now she's in 10th grade. Is that 8 years? I guess it's 8 years. So she's 15 now, but I've just always loved that picture. And I had it set aside for years, even with other papers, to scrapbook, and there was something about it, I just couldn't get it glued down and done, but I'm using it today, so I'm thrilled. So I'm just sprinkling on some of that painty kind of mist. I have 2 colors, it's a pink and an aqua. So just in 2 places I'm going to sprinkle it, opposite corners. Oh, maybe I did 3. I think I put some up in the other corner. It dried really very light. Here it looks like you could really see it, but it dried very light. So I'm going to move the die cuts around and see how I really want to use that ampersand. It just matches so nicely, but I don't really have an end to this page. So I want to fill in the O of favorite with a brad. So I'm just going to go look through my brad packs, and I want to find just kind of the right color pink to go in there for the middle of my O, and I'm just going to go through my stuff and take a look. See if I can find one I like. I have a lot of My brad packs that I like to look for. There's actually a Dear Lizzie one, but it's got gold rims. I don't use those that often. So, oh, I really like those by Crate Paper. And I'm going to use a My Mind's Eye in pink and put it in there. And then I'm going to go searching for one for the camera. I settle on the light pink one. And I don't have a fancy tool. I just use the edge of my scissor and poke it through. Really not a big deal. And I'm going to pop up that flower die cut. Just layer it on there. And the camera die cut. I want to put something in the middle, but the circle of the camera is much bigger than the O in favorite. So I need something a little bit bigger than the brad is what I think. And so I'm going to look through all my brads again. And so I'm just going to go through my stash also. I came across these wooden die cuts from Dear Lizzie that I bought ages ago and haven't used that much. I used a little bit. So I'm going to use the love, and I know there's a heart in the pack, so I'm going to use that too. I go searching, and I'm going to have to rack out that little terrier dog since I don't have a dog, and I don't foresee that going on one of my pages. And those vellum hearts are from Studio Calico from a while ago. They end up on this page also. So it's naked wood, these embellishments, the love and the heart. So I want to paint them or mist them. So I decided I need to paint them with gesso. So I'm going to use a paint box there. And now I tried to open my gesso. It was solid shut. So I had to shut off the camera and go to the kitchen and run it underwater and get it open. So I finally did. So I'm just painting the love and the heart. And the reason I'm painting it with gesso is that this is wood, and the wood, no matter what I use on this wood, the wood is just going to suck it up. So even if I just sprayed it with mist, it would really just, I would have to use a ton of mist. So I decided to paint it with the gesso to put a layer, like a barrier up, and then I can do whatever I want with it. So it's going to just have to dry for a few minutes. So while it's drying, I'm just going to see if I can find something for the middle of that camera. I'm going to have a little trouble looking through my stuff. Now these are from Basic Gray, these nice brads. They're like fabric brads, and there were two of them. One, they said, "Hey Girl." So I thought I was going to use them on this page because I thought that would be cute up there in the corner. They don't make it at the end, but it was cute. It would have been fine on this page, just what I ended up doing didn't quite fit with that. So I'm going to look through all my brads again, see if I can find something, and really it's just taking too long for something as silly as whatever should go in the middle there. So I'm going to get frustrated and just take out my enamel dots and just pick an enamel dot and stick it in there and be done with it. It's silly to waste this much time on a little round embellishment. I'm sure I could have put 1,000 things in there. They would have looked just fine. You know, sometimes you just have to go for it. So I found some enamel dots. I shoved one in the middle. Look, see, it's fine. Really don't have to go searching for the most perfect embellishment ever. I'm sure we all have 40 things that would have worked fine there in just the right color. So now I'm going to go back to my wooden die cuts. I put them on the paper towel just so they wouldn't stick in the box as they dried. And so can't decide what color. I think I want to do pink. Yeah, so I'm going to do pink. That's what I think. And so I'm going to paint it on there. So I went and got a paintbrush and painted the pink on there. It's kind of a weird color after I painted it. So I was just going to blot off a little bit. Oh, and all the pink came off completely. So I decided I guess I won't use the pink. Let me see what this pretty teal blue looks like, and I liked it. So I decided to clean my paintbrush and paint it all the blue color. And then I'm going to paint the other one. And, you know, I'm not too picky. I just did it quickly. It was, you know, it's just a little painting. So I wasn't too concerned. And now I'm off to find wherever my heat gun is. I put it somewhere and can't find it, so I'm gone for a second or so. There we go. And now I'm just going to dry them really well, because I want to stick them right on the page. If you just sat them in the box for 5-10 minutes, they probably would have dried fine, but I wanted speed was what I wanted. So I'm just going to lay it out all on my page, see what I want to do. And I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm so glad I used the embellishments I bought. That's what they're for, right? And now I'm going to use those vellum hearts, I think. I was thinking that I might do another layer on top of the love and heart, like maybe splatter some pink on there, but then I just decided to leave them as they are. And now I'm going to look for a title. My title is going to be Love This Photo, because I really do. So I'm just looking for some little letters to stick under love, and I'm going to use these Kelly Perky ones. First I'm going to glue on the wood embellishment. I'm using Scotch quick dry adhesive and the Kelly Perky sticker letters. I really like the size of them. They're just right. When I peeled off the eye, it peeled off like a piece of paper. All the adhesive came off, so I just had to glue that one. So I'm just going to write, Love This Photo. Stick it down. Trying to get things straight there. I have some more full pieces of pattern paper from the scrapbooking kit, so I'll be doing maybe another 1 or 2 videos to use up all the product in them. I'll probably make 1 or 2 more pages and some cards, I think. Not really sure. So I glued down the wooden embellishments. I have this photo, and now by favorite I'm going to write, It Is My Favorite. I would write It's My Favorite, but there's no apostrophe in sticker letters. It just looks weird. So I wrote, It Is My Favorite, and these sticker letters are from Teresa Collins. I saw Nicole Jones 911 use them, so she enabled me, and I bought some the last time I placed an order from scrapbook.com. And I bought them in white and black. I like the white ones better. I think the black it's okay. It's not my favorite. So I used some of those Studio Calico vellum hearts, and I have one way up in the right-hand corner by those flowers, but I'm going to move that in a second because I decided I wanted to use, I just bought those Doodlebug pink sequins, so I wanted to use them. So the way I know I want to scatter them across the page, so I just put a few dots of glue down and then just pick some sequins and stick them down. If you overthink it, you'll be there all day. So there's like a few different shades of pink in the bottle, so I just scattered them in different spots. So I know I want to put sequins down in the opposite corner, and then that heart that was up by the flower cluster was kind of out of place where I had it the first time, so I just moved it inside so that I have 3 hearts in a row. Now you can see it's like a diagonal across the page, and now I'm just going to put more sequins over there. So it's like a diagonal scatter of sequins. And this the Scotch quick dry adhesive dries clear, so I'm not too concerned about neatness. In the end, once it's under a page protector, you won't see any of that. And that's it. My page is finished. I'm really pleased with the way it came out. I used some old embellishments, some brand new embellishments, some old paper, some new paper, and got another layout done. So thank you for watching.